216-578-1007 to dial into us, or 800-348-1007, 35192. If you want to text me, AlanCoxShow.com. You can watch live there. You can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Cavaliers are in New Orleans tonight to play the Pelicans. That is going to be an 8 o'clock tip, so your pregame coverage will start here on MMS at 7:30 sharp. You want to get yourself some gear from CLE Clothing Company. You have through tomorrow to use the promo code HEART for 20% off. They'll have a new one for you for March. But you get an extra day this month from Leap Year, of course. Daylight saving time about to end. That stops next weekend, I think.
Good.
But HEART you can use for 20% off. You can do it in store. You can do it online. Go to cleclothingco.com. I heard from a bunch of our bureau chiefs in Detroit. Garth Brooks played Ford Field. Mm-hmm. He's going on a big stadium tour.
Yeah.
And, if you're...
Man, what a glow up. He was just playing, dive bars a couple months ago, and now he's in arenas?
Dude, it's amazing what the internet can do.
Yeah,
yeah, he was at the Harry Porcupine or something out here, wasn't he?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Dusty Armadillo.
There is shades of difference. There is no easier way, if you were an artist, to pander to whatever market you're in than putting on some of their sports gear. And so that's what Garth Brooks did. He put on number 20. Of course, that's Hall of Fame running back Barry Sanders, one of the great Detroit Lions players of all time. I got to see Barry Sanders play in 1995. I was the low man on the totem pole at the radio station I was working, and so I had to take a bus full of listeners to the Pontiac Silverdome on Thanksgiving Day. And the Lions played the Bears, which is my team, and it was fantastic. Pontiac Silverdome and Barry Sanders, both long gone. But Garth Brooks is up there, and he's like, hey, man, Detroit, Rock City. What, you got the number 20 on, right? Barry Sanders jersey. Well, the trouble with being a country artist is that you're going to have a lot of dopes in that crowd. Present company excluded.
Thank you.
So a lot of people thought that he was somehow endorsing Bernie Sanders.
For 2020.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, because that's what you do. You put years on jerseys.
And
usually.
so that's why. It seems to me, though, more than any other genre of music, it's probably best to be apolitical in country. Mm-hmm. Because, you hear Hollywood conservatives always whining about how they can't be who they really are. James Woods, this guy, if you ever follow him on Twitter, he's a nutcase. But like John Voight, Vince Vaughn, people who are right-wing in Hollywood, they're always complaining, blah, blah, blah. Try being a liberal in country music, and I guarantee you there are more than you think, especially among the new generation of country artists.
You just keep it out of it.
Just keep it out of it. Rock and roll is expected to be kind of a punk aesthetic, and you're going to be progressive.
In country, no one wants to be like the Dixie Chicks. I learned that from Miss Americana, the Taylor Swift.
Watched it?
Yeah, I watched it, the Taylor Swift documentary.
Yeah, I watched it too, and
that was 15 years ago.
Yeah, but she took a huge leap when she spoke out in Tennessee. She's like,
she
hey,
endorsed Democratic congresswoman or senator or whatever it was.
A lot of people freaked out over that. But
Yeah,
it also had a huge effect. A lot of people registered to vote because of that. She has a huge reach.
But it also just underscores the stereotype that so many country fans get upset at, which is that they're exactly these people in large numbers. Not everybody. There's no monolithic crowd base in any genre of music, but everybody, you're there, and I can't imagine these tickets are cheap to see Garth Brooks at Ford Field, and these people are there after paying their money and going all over social media, and he's getting booed.
I was watching. I looked at all the screenshots. It was hilarious of all the comments people were leaving.
See, that's when did he address it? That's when, if it were me, I would just want to come out and be like, "It's Barry."
No,
I
would
feel like it would be so stupid to correct those people because it's so obviously Barry Sanders.
But it's not that obvious if that's what all these people are freaking out about.
It's a Lions-colored jersey with the lion on the side, Sanders 20 on the back. I mean, I get that everyone's hackles are up at this time of year. Last 3 years. Everybody is bananas. But Jesus Christ. Hey, Garth, are you going to distribute your millions like a socialist?
What are you talking about?
What are you, an imbecile?
Yeah.
People are stupid.
People are very stupid. There's 38% of people think that they're not drinking Corona because they could get the coronavirus.
38%?
Stupid.
Oh,
38 is such a high number.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's how dumb people are.
You know, the Super Bowl happened on Groundhog Day this year, which is apt. Because all the wingnuts come out to complain about the Super Bowl halftime show. They come out, they see their shadow, and then they fire off a tweet or a letter or whatever. These people, and they always use children. My favorite time of year is when the FCC complaints come in from, or they go public rather. The FCC complaints go public from that year's Super Bowl halftime show. First off, how do you not know what the halftime show is gonna be? I mean, in tone. No matter who the artist is. How do you not know by now? So they got about 1,000 letters, they said. 99.
That's low.
It's very low. 99 million people watch the Super Bowl. 1,000 letters is nothing, and I guarantee you it's 5 people who wrote those 1,000 letters.
1,000 moms.
But it's amazing to me that they still use kids in those letters. Like my children, they don't care about kids. They were dead silent when they were in cages and all this kind of stuff. Then they come out in the Super Bowl halftime show. But it is fun. That to me is when spring is truly springing. When FCC
people complain about the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl halftime show complaints, yes. Too sexually suggestive. I did read that one tweet immediately after Super Bowl. It was funny where a woman said, my teenage son was so upset that he went up to his room. He couldn't watch the halftime show anymore. People were like, you know what he was doing.
Yeah, he was so upset.
He's watching J-Lo and Shakira shake it for 10 minutes.
He's walking with his chest at a 45-degree angle and his butt out. He's like, I'm so upset I can't even stand up straight.
I think Mom, did you dry my jeans? They feel real tight. 1,300 complaints declaring that the performance was not family-friendly enough. People were exposing their children to a porno show.
Well, it was a meme online, but I didn't think of it that way when they're like all these moms that are watching Dancing with the Stars, which are just as scantily clad.
Maybe they
Derek
don't
Hoff.
Just as scantily clad.
These people need to watch more pornography.
Maybe that.
That if you were as desensitized as the rest of us,
how about
then
that?
You would watch J-Lo and Shakira up there and be like, well, this is kind of hot, but it's not going to... No one's getting choked. Like, there's not enough going on. Yeah, there's... No one's being called names.
Not 1 ounce of mascara was running.
Are they even pretending to be related? Because I don't think they are.
She had a daughter. She had a daughter up there, J-Lo.
Well, I mean, if Shakira and J-Lo were like, oh,
we're
my
stepsisters.
Okay. And we wanted to do the halftime show together, but the only way we were able to do it.
Bill,
they're mistresses.
Let me ask you this, Bill. As a man who's coming up on millionaire status like Alan Cox, for every person who's offended by the halftime show, will you buy them a Pornhub premium prescription?
1,000 people?
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of... No,
1,000 people across the country, so it's probably 5 or 6 in Cleveland.
Now, if they want to level up once they get into the pornography, that's, we'll talk then.
Okay.
But for now, they just need to watch more filth so that when they watch something like J-Lo dancing, they're not like, this is pornography.
Okay.
You did. I know you meant subscription. You said prescription.
I meant prescription.
Well, I was going to say it's very smart of you. A, you were a pharmacy student. B, it really is medicine for a lot of people.
I meant prescription.
You got to get the poison out. I do not subscribe to the Playboy channel, said one. Playboy channel thing hasn't been around for 25 years.
Channel.
We do not buy porn. We simply wanted to watch the Super Bowl as a family, but instead we had our eyes molested. We wanted to see grown men trying to murder each other. Instead, you had scantily... So again, I feel like half these letters are made up, but I just don't know.
Outrage.
I don't know.
1,000 out of 100 million people.
I don't even think it's false. There is a lot of false outrage, but I think this kind of thing is people...
But they know what to expect. That's why it's false. Because also, you don't have to watch the halftime show.
Right.
You can just turn it off.
Go back into the kitchen and get more chili.
When you said go back into the kitchen, I was like, where's he going with this?
Get some chili. Yeah.
You aggravated women.
And then you'll
back
forget
in the
that you even watched it because you got the amnesia chili.
Right. And boy, that puppy bowl is just a delight. I've clicked over on a number of occasions to see the puppy bowl.
They're so cute.
I don't care about Coldplay. But I'll tell you what, you get a little beagle trying to get over the goal line. I'm there.
None of them even know which ball they're supposed to be getting.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a free-for-all.
It is. It's as though they don't even understand the rules of football. Bill.
They're like, what am I, a point guard? What am I supposed to do here?
Where did they get these puppies that don't know the rules of the game? J-Lo responds to these people, in public. She's like, we thought we put on a celebration of women and Latino culture. We thought it was pretty well reserved. By the way, if you've ever seen photos from Carnival in Rio, it was pretty reserved. This was the American Super Bowl halftime show version.
We love shaking that ass.
Of what they could have been doing.
True.
So spring has truly sprung when the FCC complaints are released over the halftime. I wonder when like the golden age of halftime show complaints began, because in their slight defense, the Super Bowl halftime show has gotten markedly more sexual. It used to be like
Katy Perry?
I don't know.
The first outrage?
I don't think it was
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
That's how it all started.
That was probably the biggest one.
Was that 2011 or something?
That was like
I bet
that was like 6.
Really?
I bet
my timeline.
I bet the Michael Jackson one was a lot of complaints because he grabs his crotch, and that's also like people were writing letters back then too.
That was probably also the time where people were those same people were upset at MTV culture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
because if you go through like the Super Bowl halftime shows, like in Wikipedia or whatever, it used to be like the University of Wisconsin Marching Band
playing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes,
that's
they used to
spoken,
have like a Broadway show, like a quick Broadway show. I remember one. I think it was the year after the halftime show with Janet Jackson. They were like, okay, we're not going to have a performer next year. It's going to be like a band, and then they're going to have like a
no one will watch it.
And that's what happened. Like they did the Broadway show, and the ratings like went completely down.
They're going to do Rent. What are they going to do?
It was something like, I think it was The Lion King. They did like a quick 14-minute like song thing, and then
like
in
a
costumes.
medley, yeah.
But that Janet Jackson Nipplegate, that shut everything down.
Yeah.
I can't believe people were that pissed over a nipple.
It screwed radio. It screwed television, because the FCC just started using radio stations and television stations as piggy banks. Like, they didn't really care. Mm-hmm. The FCC's job is to regulate frequencies. It's never been about content. Somewhere along the line, they took that mantle on, and then they became the governing body, over what people actually said on the radio. But Jesus, I mean, there were friends of mine that were doing like super shock jockey type shows. Mm-hmm. They were gone.
Oh, I bet.
Because you had to have more than that. You're like, all right, you got to figure out how to do what you want to do, but you can't, because they
clever ideas like the harmonica challenge.
Yes.
You just beat each other with...
clamped down on everything after that. Everybody was getting, it was crazy. It was a crazy time.
I don't even think I watched it live that year. I just heard about it afterwards. My cousin
was in high school.
My cousin was like, I saw a boobie last night. I was like, I was like, no, you didn't.
I was in the Philippines, and they didn't air that halftime show. So, like...
What do you mean they didn't air that halftime show? They replaced it with something else?
I don't know. Like, I don't remember seeing that halftime show on the channel that I watched on. Like, they got mixed up or something, but, like, we didn't see it.
Yeah.
Or maybe there was enough of a delay for us that they cut it out.
I can't believe Janet Jackson really had to go into hiding after that. Like, why is that a career ender? So what?
Well, there was a whole lot of hypocrisy around that, because people were like, why isn't Justin Timberlake in as much trouble as she is?
He ripped it off.
There was a female thing, there was a black thing, there were all that. So there's hypocrisy around that. There was hypocrisy around people going, oh, it was awful. Let's watch it again. News stations. And so, it was a weird time.
And just remember, 38% of people won't drink Corona because they are afraid of getting coronavirus. So
write them a prescription.
Those are the people that are out there.
That's why I say, again, as I did yesterday, if you think that the Alan Cox Show Corona Cruise is going to be cowed by this misinformation, you are sorely mistaken. It'll be summertime. Who knows what'll happen by then? But by God, if I am the only person on that boat, we will set sail.
I'll stand in solidarity
on the mighty Cuyahoga. We will be there in solidarity.
Not the Alan Cox Show Corona Cruise. It's Alan Cox Corona Cruise. Just one person.
And I'll be
there. The band.
I will be driving it. I will be doing the food. I will be working the beer tubs for no one.
All for you.
Yes.
Yeah. That's funny.
Those boats autopilot themselves, right? Bill?
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
You're not
we
gonna
will
crash
find
into
out.
anything in the flats. You'll be
No.
fine.
Yeah. What has anybody ever crashed in the flats? We'll be okay. I'll figure the whole thing out.
I would like to see you jump overboard from your one-man boat trip.
Is that the Alan Cox Cruise over there?
Oh my God! You splash.
Yeah. I don't swim. What are you talking about?
You don't know how to swim?
I know. I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I won't drown, but I'm not like Martin Short said in SNL 30 years ago. I'm not a strong swimmer. It was never a priority with me.
Synchronized.
Yeah. Synchronized swimming. Yeah. That's right. I was thinking of Poundcake because there was an Uber driver. You might have seen the video because he posted it. Of course. Bien sûr. Uber driver in Ontario who kicked some guys out of the car because the dude wouldn't quit farting. And these guys get mad. It's amazing how quickly the switch flips. These guys get mad and they start saying racist stuff, you know, because the guy, it's Canada. Everybody there's a different color and.
You get
You're not gonna drive me home.
You don't have
How stupid are you? The guy farts one time. He farts, and you're not gonna drive me home.
He farted 3 times.
Who gives a? You even allowed in Canada? You get out.
wow.
It's like, are you even allowed in Canada? It's like, dude, everyone's allowed in Canada. What are you
Right.
talking
Not
about?
if you have a DUI.
That's
Well,
true.
no, not from this country. I'm saying Canada will let anybody in.
I just kept my cool. I stayed in the car. He's telling me to get out of the car and fight him. And it was like 3 of them, you know, and I'm there by myself. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't have to put up with the abuse and, you know, and the racial stuff is what really bothered me. I was like really upset. So I didn't want to be driving anymore.
I like how he goes, he farted 1 time. He farted 3 times. Yeah.
I believe that man.
He counted them.
I don't want to hear one more fart out of you. Is that clear?
Yeah.
What's that from?
What the hell is the matter with you? Outside! Outside now!
Yeah.
I feel like if
The
I...
Cleveland Show. Remember
No.
Terry on the Cleveland Show?
I don't want to hear one more fart out of you. Is that clear?
One more fart.
I feel like if I'm nice enough to drive you around, you should be courteous enough to not fart in my car.
Well, sometimes
I'll do
it's
my
beyond
best to
your
not,
power,
but sometimes
yeah.
you might let one. But I'll put the windows down.
Or give me a warning like, hey, bro, I can't hold this one in. My brother, he just thinks, oh, it's a free-for-all. He thinks it's funny. I'm like, we are not
kinda
kids.
funny.
It's not funny. And he's a big guy, too.
Do you know how many times I've like tried so hard if I know I'm gonna valet my car and I'll be like, oh, just hold it until you get out of the car, and then it always escapes right as I'm about to get out. I'm like,
As you stand up.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't mean to leave a farty car for you.
Like honestly, like it's literally the worst. I'm like, if anyone's gonna stink up my car,
I'm so
it's gonna
sorry.
be me. Like, you're not gonna stink up my car, especially when I'm giving you a ride. Get your punk ass out and walk, and you're not getting in my car again.
Maybe there's something with the valet experience that gives you the bubble gut. This doesn't happen every time you go to valet.
No, but I feel like I'm noticing it the most.
You're conscious of it.
I'm conscious of it. I probably fart in my car all the time. But it's like, I'll be like getting off the highway and I'm like, all right, just make it 2 more minutes, man. You can fart as soon as you get outside. and then I'll like pull up and be waiting, and then I'll like move and I'm like, dang it. So now they're going to be like, Mary's car smells.
I was always too embarrassed to get my car valeted. I feel like
As the
valets are just
first
for nice
time.
cars. Yes, because my car is too raggedy to be valeted.
Dude, when
That's
I had
the best car to valet.
Yes, I had a 2-tone Kia. It was when my last Kia I had was a Spectra. It was gold, and then the front half was black, and there was a giant dent from when I hit a what are those called? A median.
Yeah.
A huge dent down the
God.
whole passenger side, and it was a trash car. No hubcaps. And I'd valet it and be like, "Take care of her, will you?"
No, I was always too embarrassed. I'm
Or
like,
I'd
Hey,
say something
I know all
really
the scratches.
sarcastic. I'd say something really sarcastic, or I'd be like, I know you're probably intimidated.
And
It's such a nice car.
Park it out in front, will you? So everybody can see it.
I was always nervous that like it would be my car that like when I go to pick it up, they're like, sorry, sir, did you have the Mercury Mulan? Yeah. Yeah, we can't get it.
It won't
Mulan.
start.
I like
They were like,
you,
yeah.
now you call it that now.
We can't get it to start, and the tire's flat, and your oil light's on.
Right.
Like I'm like, never mind. I'll
Wait, it won't start, but the oil light's on?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, when they click it to
Your oil light's on, your airbag light went off, and you have a fender. Like
You have a fender.
Yeah,
you
but-
have a fender. The only light that works on
Hey,
your car is
my
the oil one.
You have
My
one.
harmonica's a fender.
No, that would make me laugh.
Not
every
a
time
honer?
I had
No.
to do that.
Oh.
I enjoyed it. When it's like that, you got to lean into it, and that's why I would make jokes and be like, because I had performed downtown a couple times, like at the Alex Theater. It's like you kind of have to valet there, right?
You don't have to. I go around the block.
But if I'm wearing high heels and I'm going to perform, I'm not walking 4 blocks in heels, And I would tell them because it's like people live there, rich people live there. It's an expensive hotel. People are having dinner, and I'm just like, well. There it is. Don't touch the hood because your hands will be black.
You're like, I'm in a very lucrative line of work. Thank you very much.
I'm making $30 for the show.
You have to open the passenger's door from the inside.
Yeah, you have to climb in through the back seat to get to the front.
The pulley to my hood broke. So, like from the inside where you like pop the hood?
Yeah.
That
it
broke.
just pulled off.
So yeah, like the little lever is still there, but it doesn't work. It's not pulling anything. So when I was going to get my oil change, I had to have like some pliers, and the string is actually dangling in front of my car. So I was like, the guy's like, can you pop the trunk for me? I was like, you can do it. I gave him the pliers. He's like, huh? I'm like, string in front. And he pulled it, and it popped up. And I saw him trying not to laugh.
That's why you give them the permission to laugh. If you make fun of it first, then they can.
I was like, there you go. He's like.
Because they're trying to be professional. They're like, oh my God.
I'll take good care of your car,
sir. They
$9
make like $9 an hour at an oil change place. Like, all right.
Yeah, so let them have that laugh.
Yeah, let them laugh.
I let them have that laugh. That time I didn't care, but I don't want it valeted.
One time I was getting my oil change, and I had done a show. I had done a casino gig, and there was a bachelorette party there. So they gave me all these penis things. There was like penis straws and penis necklaces, and I didn't know that I had a cabin filter in this car. And when the guy opened it up, there was like penis straws. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I forgot that those were in there. He's like, do you have a fun weekend? My face got all red.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dr. Penis.
I am Dr. Penis.
Dr. Ryan Berglund.
Yeah.
He's going to be in later on our first installment of Is It Red for 2020. So if you have a question for him, you want to get to me early, you can. You can shoot me an email. We'll take your calls and texts later on. He'll be